Welcome to the David Goad Show. I am David Goad, and this is the show that helps you become a more powerful speaker and communicator. And guess what? The world has changed. That's right, dramatically. And I was just talking with my friend, Donny Crandell. Donny, say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, and Donny, tell us what you do for a living.
I am the state chaplain for the state of Nevada over the Army and the Air National Guard. That's my day job. And then on the weekends, I pastor a little church of about 40 to 50 people here in Cold Springs, Nevada. And then I'm a dad of a 3.5-year-old and a husband, and I stay really busy.
Fantastic. I also happen to know that you're a fantastic public speaker and coach because we met in Toastmasters, and I've seen you. I just want to throw that in so the audience knows that they want to work with you. But Donny, you and I were talking about introverts and extroverts. And you and I are in the same boat. We're both extroverts, but slightly different life experiences when it comes to working in person versus working with people virtually, like what we're doing right now. So why don't you just recap that little rant that you went on? We were talking in Facebook about why this bothers you so much that everyone suddenly just whoop, went to virtual, and how does it make you feel?
Well, it irritates me and it frustrates me and it makes me a little bit angry because I feel like so much of who I am and the best part of me is only experienced when I get to share myself live with people. So the adjustment of the virtual platform and going online has not been an easy change for me. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I'm resisting the change. And it's just been very, very difficult. Even though I should be a lot more welcoming of this, there's something in my spirit that just has not accepted it. And it's hard for me, especially as an extrovert. And I get really irritated when introverts who really have found their wheelhouse with the online platform expect me to be okay and happy with this introverted lifestyle, and I'm not. So it's been a real challenge in both my professional field as a pastor, in my personal relationships, and certainly as a public speaker and a magician, which is my side hobby. Wow. Really hard to do magic shows and tell somebody, here, grab this end of this magic wand, when there's no person to grab the end of the magic wand. Joe, come on up here and be my volunteer. Joe can't step out of the computer screen and come and help me. So it's cramping my style. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard.
I can see you've done a great job of setting up your home studio there.
Yeah, this is indicative of me not adjusting to the times. I'm in a garage, and here I'm looking at you in this beautiful, well-lit studio with very nice sound equipment. The lighting is perfect. And here I am with the garage door behind me that's broken in a garage. And that's just where I am.
Yeah, I got you. Well, and part of the reason I have a home studio is I've been doing this for 15 years. So my work experience has been in Silicon Valley, where we've always had the tools and the bandwidth and the equipment, and companies actually expected us to work remotely and virtually when it was called upon. Of course, if you're going to visit a customer, there's nothing like visiting them in person or taking them out to dinner, or, that obviously is choice number one. But plan B, so much cheaper on travel, and companies just made that decision. But now the world, overnight, not just the United States, the world has been forced into their home to try to make this adjustment overnight. And it's not easy. So you and I both in Toastmasters too, we're an organization where it's all about meeting and speaking in public, meaning not over a camera and broadcasting on the internet, but actually in public. So tell me about that experience with Toastmasters, and you're feeling a little bit like you don't want people to get used to this, right?
Yeah, I got an email this week, and it was sharing the excitement that we get to do a virtual meeting this week. And who's going to be the Toastmaster and the evaluator? And I'm reading these emails going, I'm not even sure I want to be a part of this because I don't get to shake anyone's hand. I don't get to experience the energy in the room. I don't get to have an evaluator look me in the eye and feel like I'm really connected to them. And doing a Toastmasters meeting is just extremely challenging. I know it's our only option right now, but I still like the real, live, tangible I got to feel the energy of the room. I want to be able to crack a joke and have somebody respond. I want to be able to play off the audience. And that is impossible or really hard to do over a computer. For the first time in 54 years, we had church last week on Zoom. And it was really unusual to tell people, yeah, let's all take a minute and walk around and shake hands and give a hug and greet one another today, because no one's going to be able to step out of the computer and go say hi to anybody. So it was different. I think it has hit a lot of us blindsided, and we're trying to deal with it and accept it and be okay with it. And it's a challenge for me, and I think for others who are not used to it.
Yeah, so can you send a private message to somebody else on the attendee list? Is that the equivalent of that? No, it's not. It's, I understand. Yeah. In fact, we were chatting before on Facebook, and you mentioned something about, do I want my son to go fishing or play a fishing video game? I mean, what's the difference between the two?
Yeah, speaking of my sons, he's walking in the garage right now, speaking of slight distractions. But here's my son. He's 3.5 years old. And I think about me at 3.5 years old. My dad actually took me fishing. We would go to the store, buy some fishing bait. How do you like that?
This is great, man. Keep going.
That is the product of my 3.5-year-old son who decided it's time to walk outside. These are the distractions of virtual online platform for me. But here's my son that wants to go and do real fishing like I got to do when I was a kid, when we actually casted the pole into real water. But nowadays, you go to Walmart and you buy a virtual fishing tool, and it has little fish on it and a little reel, and you pretend that you're fishing. And I think back on my experiences with my dad, how valuable and how shaping and how awesome those were, versus nowadays, lots of kids are fishing off of a virtual tool, and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming either side, but man, I wouldn't exchange my experiences for anything virtual today.
Gotcha. Okay, well, and I want to wrap this up because I don't think we're going to come up with an easy answer. Other than I want to ask you this question, though. Have there been times in your work where, you know, obviously you'd rather meet with people in person and get all that information and look into their eyes and really feel that in-person experience? Haven't there been times where you couldn't get there in person and having a phone call or a virtual meeting might be the next best thing?
Yeah, and I don't ever see this going away now. Now that it's been introduced, I think it's going to give us really two options, and it's going to present to us an opportunity to kind of have a win-win. I think I'm always going to lean toward the real deal of really being with people. But I have seen some of the benefits of being able to be virtual. As the state chaplain, we just did a Facebook Live for probably 1,500 people today with a whole panel of us, and that would not have happened because of COVID-19 were it not for the online platform. So in a way, it was a gift. It was a tool, but that still doesn't mean I have to like it. And if you're an introvert loving it, please don't force me to have to like it, because I'm not there yet.
All right. The tables have turned. The introverts are in control now. All right, Donny, this has been a great discussion. You know, there is no easy answer, but that's why I like to do these shows. And I post the answer now to you, studio audience, or the online audience. Put your comments down below. Do you agree? Disagree? What's your experience been so far? And what do you think? What do you think is the best hybrid mix of the two that makes sense for your life? So I want to thank so much, Donny. We got to have some more conversations. I want to pick your brain a little bit more, but thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been great.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
All right, go ahead and shut that garage door and get back in your studio.
That's next.
All right, man. Take care.
Uh-huh.